Step into the revolutionary realm of SNS Technosys and DSmart 300, where innovation transforms the connectivity landscape for your units, machinery, and objects through SNS. Industrial IoT ecosystem consists of IoT gateway, mobile app, and cloud-based platform. Configure your device using the SNS IoT BLE app, enabling data transmission to the cloud via Wi-Fi. In case of Wi-Fi issues, a 16GB SD card stores samples, ensuring seamless data transfer to the cloud once the connection is restored. Experience the journey as data culminates on the SNS Connect web server. To begin, install the SNS IoT BLE app. Head to the Google Play Store and search for SNS IoT BLE. Once found, click to install the app. After successful installation, open. This is the home page of the app. Click on Version button. It will show you the version of app. Visit the Help section for valuable resources such as datasheets and instructional videos covering a range of functionalities. Click on the Device Connect button. Allow location for Wi-Fi connection and nearby share to search nearby devices. Activate Bluetooth on your mobile and initiate a scan to locate devices. Choose your DSmart device from the list, identified by name starting with SNS BLO. Upon selection, you'll be directed to the Connect page for seamless linking to your DSmart device. Note that the disconnect option remains inactive when there's no connected device. If you attempt to access device setup before connecting, it prompts you to establish a connection first. Let's proceed to connect your device. Click Connect and patiently wait. Once successfully connected, the Connect button will gray out and the Disconnect button activates. Now proceed to Device Setup, where you can configure settings for DSmart 300. Click on Device Setup to begin the configuration process. Encounter three key options: Scan Device, Stop Scan, and Proceed. To avoid an incomplete scan prompt, click Scan Device first. Wait briefly for the scan to complete, then click Proceed. Explore User Configurations to effortlessly set various parameters, inputs, and outputs for your DSmart device. Keep real-time tabs on configured settings with Monitor Device. Seamlessly connect your device to local Wi-Fi for cloud-bound data analysis through Wi-Fi Connect Setup. Note that the cellular network setup is not available with DSmart 300 as it doesn't support this feature. We'll go through them step by step. Let's start with Wi-Fi connection for continuous data on the SNS Connect web software. Activate your Wi-Fi and go to Wi-Fi Connect Setup. Click the button and you'll receive a prompt reminding you to enable location services if disabled. In the app bar, you'll notice information regarding the Wi-Fi connection status. Connected to blank. Next, let's connect to Wi-Fi. Press Scan to explore nearby networks, then use Get to view the list of available networks for selection. Select the Wi-Fi. In a pop-up window, provide the network password and click Connect. Wait for a moment, and you'll receive confirmation of a successful Wi-Fi connection. Upon completing the setup, view your device data on the SNS Connect web server. The red LED, COM, blinking, indicates data transmission over Wi-Fi. On re-establishing the app connection and executing a scan with positive results, in Wi-Fi setup, it confirms connection to the network named SNS Technosys. Let's delve into user configurations for the actual setup of DSmart 300. Click on User Configurations accessible to higher authorities with credentials. Enter the credentials and simply log in. On this page, discover three crucial buttons: Device Settings, customize the device's name, set data intervals, and so on. Input Configurations, configure analog and digital, input, output for precise customization. Relay, control, manually control relays by toggling them on and off. Dive into the intricacies of device settings. Select Data Interval to choose from a range of options, allowing you to tailor the data transfer frequency to your liking, whether it's quick 1-minute updates or regular 24-hour cycles. Now, on to device naming, a crucial factor in Bluetooth connections. A personalized touch is often favored by many customers. Click on Device Name. Input a name that aligns with your preferences and then hit Update. When you reconnect the app, your chosen device name will seamlessly appear in the Nearby Devices list during Bluetooth scanning. A straightforward and personalized identification. Moving to more secure device settings, let's delve into advanced settings. Begin by selecting Server URL. A prompt will appear, prompting you to enter the passcode provided by SNS. Once the passcode is entered, you'll be presented with two sections, one for the URL and another for specifying the port. Enter the desired URL and port, then update the settings for enhanced security. The device SNS name, assigned by SNS, requires a passcode similar to server URL settings. Enter the device SNS name settings only in specific conditions. For restoring the device to its original factory settings, navigate to Factory Reset, confirm with a yes, and patiently await the updated status. Likewise, for Relay Reset, restoring all relays to their initial state follows the same process. To check the device's firmware version, click on the Firmware Version button. It's a quick and easy way to access this information. This concludes the device settings segment. Now let's explore input configurations. Click on Input Configurations. On the screen, you'll find 4 identical digital inputs and 2 analog inputs with a range of 4 to 20 mA sensors. Both analog inputs operate identically, capturing 2 readings simultaneously. Let's configure channel 1. To adjust settings for the first analog input channel, click on Analog in 1. A new page will appear, displaying various sensor setting options. Let's understand the purpose of each button individually, starting with the first one, Sensor Type. Click Sensor Type. Then on the subsequent screen, precisely monitor temperature, pressure, and more with exactitude for accurate data interpretation. It is very easy to set the sensor range. Click on the Sensor Range button. While entering the range, ensure the maximum is greater than the minimum to avoid errors. If you desire to respond to changes in analog input, click on Sensor Thresh High. You'll be directed to a page where you can establish the threshold value. Input your desired value into the value box. Ensure the value falls within the specified range. Otherwise, an error message will prompt you that the value is out of range. Activate High Thresh 1 by checking the Enable High Thresh 1 checkbox. Choose the relay according to your preference. Upon surpassing the set value, the system will activate sirens and lamps, providing a clear indication of the triggered alert. Choosing Sensor Thresh Low will lead you to a page similar to the high threshold configuration. Here, you can establish low threshold values to trigger alerts for the minimum range, following a process similar to the high threshold setup. Let's see the mapping of digital input-output. To initiate, click on Digital Input 1. In this section, locate checkboxes similar to setting thresholds. Now, enable the trigger for Digital Input 1 and select Relay as the trigger for Input 1. After completing these selections, click on the Update button to save and update the configurations based on your settings. By default, all digital inputs are high. When the respective digital input goes low, it will automatically activate the mapped relay. That concludes our walkthrough of input configurations. Now explore manual relay control, starting with Relay Control. Here you'll find 4 relays, each with on and off buttons. To activate a relay, press the on button. To deactivate, press off. This intuitive interface grants you full manual control over each relay's state as needed. And with that, we've covered all aspects of device configurations. To keep an eye on the configurations you've established, utilize the Monitor Device option. Click on Monitor Device, where you'll discover 3 options. Read Analog for reading analog output sensor values. Read Inputs to check the status of digital inputs, high or low. Signal Strength, GSM, Wi-Fi for tracking connectivity of Wi-Fi. Let's discover these options one by one. Click on Read. Analog to proceed. On this page, you'll find 2 ADC dials for each analog outputs with sensor names and units. By default, it shows sensor not connected for both analog outputs. To view the readings, you'll need to perform a scan. It displays that the sensor is connected with the respective sensor values. Let's dig into the features of the Read Input button. Click on Read Input. Initially, it displays 4 digital inputs with blank states. Scanning will reveal the digital input states. After scanning, you can see the states as high or low for each digital input. The app simplifies checking Wi-Fi strength. Click on Signal Strength, GSM, Wi-Fi. Start by clicking on Wi-Fi Strength. Once indicated, observe the Wi-Fi signal strength. Note that for DSmart 300, GSM and battery options are in gray, indicating they are not available. And that concludes our overview of the monitor device functionality. Certainly. Here's a brief summary of the input and output features of DSmart 300, power supply and input interface. Utilizing a 12-core 26 AWG cable connected through a 2-way terminal connector for power supply, each analog input is linked via a 3-way terminal connector with dual wires, while the 5-way terminal connector is allocated for 4 digital inputs. Digital Output Interface, employing a 12-core 24 AWG cable, designated for 4 3-way connectors, each equipped with 3 wires tailored for 2 potential free-4 relay outputs. Empower your industry with DSmart 300. Stay connected, take control, and elevate your monitoring. Contact us for details and unlock the potential of seamless connectivity and advanced monitoring solutions.